Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video. In today's video, I paired Martinbot against Martinbot, as you guys can see. And I'm just gonna give you a preview right here, as you can see in the right side. So, as you can see, the things that have been played, this game was 135 moves long. And you guys will see what's gonna happen. Is Martinbot with the white pieces gonna win? Is the Martinbot with the black pieces gonna win? Or is it gonna be a draw or a stalemate or something like that? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so the game started normally with playing e4, e5, knight c3, the Vienna game, where you play f4, try to get rid of the pawn. Gotta make sure though there is no queen h4 checks, so you gotta play like knight f3 and then d4, striking in the center. That's what the Vienna game is all about, as far as I know. But they just played knight c6 is a good move, not bad. Knight f3. This is one of the most common position reached. But these bots are one of the worst bots in chess, is the worst bot in chess.com. And you'll see what's gonna happen. So we had d4. This is Scotch game, so you have to take. That's the only move right here. You can't do like anything else. Anything else is like losing, because after takes, and then you don't take here. So if you take here, the problem is the queen gets really active. So we are also gonna learn instructional stuff, by the way. And the queen gets really active, and this is not very good. The queen can like go over here, targeting the king. If you play like c5, you can play like queen d3 and queen d2, queen e3, queen c4. Everything's good, and white has an advantage because this pawn's not really doing that much. It's fighting for d4, but it's not that useful, and this bishop is blocked now, and it's gonna take some time for the black pieces to develop. And in the meantime, black is gonna get all the pieces out, maybe a long castle, and just start an attack over here. That's what you do with black, but that doesn't happen. We play d5. This is an inaccuracy because you can play pawn takes e5. And if they take like this, you can basically like play like queen d5. That's what you play. And if they play knight c3, you can take the queen. They take back, and this is a reasonable position. Even though your pawns are damaged, white has an advantage here because white prevents anything from b4 coming to b4, because normally you wouldn't be able to prevent it. So let's just say knight b4 and you can prevent it. You don't have like, let's just say c4 and you play like bishop e7. So this is not that good because they can play bishop d3 apparently. But as far as I know, it just doesn't look to give up the bishop, even though you're undamaging the pawns. But I guess the reason is because you get all the center pawns. You get center space, that's why. Anyways, we have d5, and the ironic of this game started right here. So the bot played, so I'm gonna count the legal moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, there's just too many stuff. There's like 100 legal moves. I can't count this much. But the bot plays one of the worst moves in the world. The game reviews gives a blunder. It's pawn to h5. And that's just a free knight, if anybody was wondering. It is just a free horse, But h5, and what happens is e d5, which also good because you attack both knights and you're still completely winning. And And as you guys can see, the next series of moves are not that good. They are chaos. Look, we also gonna learn instructional content here, and also we're just gonna have fun because my channel is named Daybreak Chess. It's just to give a little bit of time, like, okay. So it's gonna be fun. So the bot played the Martin bot with the black pieces played queen to d7. I don't know what that move does. If you know, I don't know what to say to you. And oops, I probably tapped the mic here. Anyways, and the bot plays didn't take this knight, or play like bishop b5, trying to pin this, or play like bishop g4, getting another piece developed. Played pawn to h3, just a powerful move. Like, how powerful is that? And here the Martin bot with the black pieces plays another bad move. It plays king to d8. I don't know what king to d8 does. And as you guys can expect, here white's completely winning. It's plus 5.93. It's plus 6 basically. That means like white is completely winning, even though they have only two. They're only up 2 pawns because this knight is hanging. The king can't castle anymore. The queen is blocking the development of bishop here. And what is this pawn doing here? And also, like, did the pawn come here for like rook h3? But you can just take though. I don't understand why the bot played h5. Like, there are just so many weaknesses in black position. I don't know, bro. Okay. Anyways, let's go here. Here white played queen to d4. Queen d4. So just a reminder, it was plus 6. Look at the evaluation bar. So it was plus 6. The white is like all the way at the top. And once the white pieces played queen d4, yeah, it's over. Yeah, and surprisingly, the bot took that. I didn't expect that when I was watching this. And if you want to know how I paired against these bots, like made them play themselves, I just had 2 profiles and in chess.com, and I had one tab open and I had another tab open, and I just copied the moves that they played in each tabs. You can't like physically pair the bots against each other, as far as I know. So yeah, that's what I did. And here the bot played knight d4. Good move. You get something for the queen at least. And I don't know what knight to h7 does. Knight h7 is just a mistake because white gets quick development, and even though they're down a queen, white is down a queen. This bishop's not particularly good. What does this pawn come here for? Why did the knight go over there in the corner blocking the rook? And it's not even that bad, even though white is down 4 points of material, because white has so much center space. See, you gotta play in the center. Center is really important in a chess game. Anyways, Martin just plays bishop g5 check. I don't know. So people might go like, isn't that just a free bishop? Yes, but Martin's not that good, okay? Martin like compromises. I don't know what the word is. So Martin like basically like gives up something. Like, he just goes easy on people. So he didn't play knight takes g5. He played knight to f6. And now white is back in the game. White is back in the game because white can take the knight, and white has this pawn that might go through, and the black king can't castle anymore, and this bishop is gonna struggle to develop. It needs to go this way, but it's completely blocked by this pawn, and he's gonna go. The white piece is gonna go bishop c4, f3, long castle, and just start an attack in the center, and that is why white is now winning. But no, this does not happen. Okay, this if this happens, this is not a real game. Okay, and I'm not making this up. This is actually what happened. And here the Martin bot played knight c e2. That is just a bad move. Because first of all, you could have taken the knight. Second of all, you just block your own bishop. Why would you do that? And also, the knight was in a better square. And now they could just take the pawn. It doesn't matter. Takes. You can't take, by the way. You take the bishop. See, now there is a pin. Instructional stuff. Anyways, nobody would play like this, by the way. And here's something hilarious happens. So after the white bot played white Martin bot played 92. So when I went to the other tab and played this move, the black Martin bot played like the game so quick. So it played queen to g4. Yeah, that is just a blunder of a queen. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's just a blunder of a queen. Yeah, that doesn't happen though. White plays pawn to a3, a powerful move. And by the way, white plays bishop c5. Just hanging the queen again. It's just a totally free queen. You can take the knight. You can take the queen. Everything's good. You can even take the knight with the. Actually, taking the knight is kind of bad now because of this. So you have to take with the bishop and take with the pawn, and you just have a really good position here. But yeah, anyways, knight c3 is what happened. It was plus 6.1. This is the highest advantage that the white piece has had, and Martin just loses it completely. Anyways, and now the knight can be captured, and Martin didn't take with the bishop, blundering the queen. Martin took with the queen, and now he's almost threatening checkmate. That's almost checkmate, by the way. It's so close, and I don't know what f4. F4 is the top computer move. I don't know how. It's probably not to lose the pawn or something. I don't know. Anyways, and Martin plays rook to b8. This is not like a good move or is a bad move. It's like preparing b5, I guess. a5. That's, I don't know. I don't know what Martin thinks. I don't know what is going on with Martin's brain, okay? But anyways, the player with white took with the bishop, and Martin just took that. It's a good move, great move by Martin. And Martin played pawn to g4, a powerful move. And now it's like queen f2 check. You can play like king d1, and you're like almost close to getting mated. You have to go like knight e4. Yeah, knight e4, and if you go knight b1, it's a mate. Knight b1, queen f3, knight b1, queen f3, king to e1, and queen takes e4. Oh, queen takes. No, I'm a little confused. Queen e4. Yeah, queen takes e4, and yeah, white is just getting slaughtered here. Anyways, white played no, my bad. So black played rook e8, setting up a pin. You could have just went like queen f4. Even queen c3, I don't think is losing that much. But rook e8 is not a bad move, anyways. And Martin just played bishop e2, just a normal move, and just played black Martin, not a black Martin. Martin with the black piece just played h4, just Maybe it's because after, so you go like queen, let's say, the queen is just trapped almost. Let's say queen e3 and queen d3, and you escape someone somehow to b6, and then maybe you check the queen goes there, and you check with the bishop, and the king comes over here. Maybe it's to prevent Martin is a big brain. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, and I don't know what Black was thinking here. Knight e2 is just a bad move. Just a bad move. It's bishop queen b2 just crushing. You need to play king d2, otherwise you're gonna lose the rook, or you have to move the rook, in which case you lose the knight. So yeah, it's just crushing. But Martin took the pawn. Okay, don't care. Okay, it's good. It's still fine. And Martin just played knight c3 back. And Martin just took the pawn. It was knight d1. Knight d1's not a bad move, trying to prevent that. And a5, b4, just queen f3. I don't know whether Martin got lucky, because I don't know whether Martin saw the pin. The thing with these bots is they don't usually blunder mate in one. So that is why this game went for 135 moves. Here we go. So Martin played knight e3. Powerful move. You can just take it with the rook, and I don't know how you're gonna stop checkmate. You have to play like rook a2. Rook h2, I mean. Rook h2 or long castle. In which case you will lose the bishop. It's just a total chaos. And after Martin took the bishop, I think took the bishop. No, took the knight. Okay, I'm getting a little confused. Martin castle, and I don't know. Martin played bishop d6. Martin's completely winning with the black pieces. The Martin with the black pieces is completely still winning, because after it takes, this is what happened in the game. Martin's up 6 points of material. It's still completely winning. And rook d3. Yeah, I don't know why. Oops. Here. So I don't know why we played king e8. King e8 just loses the rook, and Martin takes it. Okay, Martin takes it. And now the Martin with the black pieces played rook a8, and yeah. White played c4, great move, not a bad move either. Okay, and white played rook to a6. Black played rook to a6. Oh my god, I'm confusing these up. And white took the pawn, not a bad move. I don't care what the computer says. Rook f6 is a good move, okay? According to Martin, it's a good move. C5 is just a bad move. C5, there's rook e1 check. And yeah, b5 here is winning. Rook e1 is winning. Yeah, b5. B5 was what happened actually. Whoa, wait. I need the game review thing. So, and by the way, the game review says the rating. I need the rating though. It's okay here. Let's go to the analyze this one. Okay, c5, now b5 just puts the rook in the jail. And so b5 was what happened. Rook b6, I would much rather play rook a8, but you would lose the bishop. So Martin played rook b6, okay? Rook b6 though is the best move according to the computer, but the rook is in jail now. So the rook can't go here. The rook can't go here because the pawn would just take. The rook can't go back because the pawn is blocking its way. And the pawn can't move because the rook is blocking its way. And you can't sack the rook because the pawn is protected. And if you move the bishop, you just lost the rook. So I would play bishop c7, protecting the rook, and that's how I would go. But here white basically pre-moves the next move. White plays rook e6. So when I go to the next step, white after the Martin bot with the black pieces play rook b6, white just pre-moved this. I'm pretty sure it played like in 0.1 second, and obviously this wouldn't be a Martin game if black didn't play king to f8. Look, that is just a free rook. you can take it like this. This is much better because you're only losing a pawn for a rook, and you can even take it like this. It doesn't matter. You can just take, and you would move the bishop out of the way, and you would bring the rook like this. And if the rook comes over here to, let's say, bishop c7, no, it's so let's say like this, and if the rook comes over here, it's still completely winning, because even though you can't get the rook right now, you can play king e7, and there's no way to stop. Wait, no, you can just play rook d6 still. Oh my god, I'm totally messing this up. Sorry guys, for second video, that's how it is. Anyways, after the Martin with the black pieces played king f8, white played rook e2, and black played pawn to f5, a powerful move. And I don't know what this move does. Okay, if you know what this move does, and here I can king c2, king c3, king g8 is a blunder because of rook e8, check, winning the bishop, and white is now completely winning because, see, the bishops usually win against, the two bishops usually win against a rook. But in this case, you would just lose a bishop, and this bishop is not going to stand against this rook, okay? And that is why king g8 is a blunder. But Martin's like innocent man, okay? Martin doesn't like to hurt people, so he played rook a1, and that Martin, the Martin with the black pieces, also doesn't like to hurt people, so he just gave up his rook for no reason whatsoever, and white took it. White took the rook. It's a free rook. It is what it is, you know. And here bishop d2 was played, and white did not take the bishop. This is a Martin game, okay? If you thought that white took the bishop, it's not true, okay? White played king d3, but white went back, and well, I don't know why black didn't take the pawn. I don't know, but it is what it is. And white played rook f1, rook a f1. Black played bishop d6, and rook f4 is just a blunder because you can just take the rook for no reason, and that is what happened in the game. Anyways, and king c4, and here the Martin with the black piece took the pawn, and I don't know what rook e1 is a good move. Okay, rook e1 is not the worst thing in the world. You could have taken the pawn though. That would have been better. But it is what it is, okay? It's not the worst thing in the world, and now you can play bishop e7. I don't care about the computer, okay? I don't care about the computer. It's Martin was a Martin. See, Stockfish thinks that a thing. Stockfish thinks it's playing against itself. But this is Martin against Martin. And Martin is rated 250. I don't know why it didn't say 250. By the way. Yeah, and by the way, I couldn't change this thing. I don't know how to change it. I'll change it next time. I'll try to change it next time. By the way. So, this was actually Martin bot. It was the same thing as this one, as the black pieces. Who was playing with the black pieces? Anyways, black played bishop f4. Black is just doing like a dance, okay? Black is so black went bishop f4 right here. Okay, bishop f4, and white brought the king, and black's bishop is just go boop boop. It's like going over here, and then going over here, and then coming back, and then going over here, and then coming back again to take the rook, and the bishop's going here, and Martin played rook to b1, and the bishop just went. No, wait, the bishop went here. It's a total chaos. Look, after rook b5, pawn b5, the Martin bot with the black pieces played bishop d2, bishop f4, and king f8, and bishop d6, and Martin took the rook on the f4 square, and now took the pawn on the g5 square, and now played bishop f4 again, and now played bishop e3, just hanging the bishop. But Martin bought with the white pieces played rook to b1, and now Martin bought with the black pieces played bishop c1, just blundering the bishop whatsoever. And the Martin bought with the white pieces here, I don't know what this move does. Okay, you have a king, you have this pawn over here trying to queen, and you play pawn to a4. Sir, Martin bought. Okay, Martin bought with the black piece. The white pieces. Okay, so first of all, this is not even a threat because you could just take it. Okay, just take the bishop. Okay, why are you playing pawn to a4? And now the bishop goes back again. I don't know what this game is, okay? And the bishop went there, the bishop went back, the bishop went back, and the bishop went this way, through the right corner, to the right side of the board, and the bishop came back, and the bishop landed on e3, and the bishop landed on c1, and white didn't take the bishop, and black just goes back with the bishop. Like, what is this bishop dance by Martin bought with the black pieces? Anyways, rook a1, and now this time actually the Martin bought with the white pieces took the bishop on c1 this time, and the bishop ended sadly. The bishop's dead now, sadly. But okay, and here Martin bought kept fight. Martin bought with the black pieces kept fighting, playing c4 check, hanging the bishop again. Hanging the pawn and then hanging the bishop like this. You could just take the bishop, but I don't think that's what happened. No, that's what happened. Oops. And this is a total chaos game. So this was all good. I don't know why you took the so you took the pawn. Okay, so you took the pawn like this, and you played and I don't know why you. Oops. I just spoiled it. Oh, that's sad. Oh, that's sad. I pressed the down key. Oh, no. Anyways, let's go back to the game, okay? Stay with me, please. Please. And I don't know why you didn't promote the pawn, and I don't know why you're giving checks. And this was almost a draw right here, okay? So, one time, 2 times, and if he had played king e3, and then white would have went back, and that would have been a draw. And this game is gonna be hilarious. And yeah, I don't. Okay, sir, you're supposed to move the rook. I don't know why you play king to f3, just hanging the rook in one move. And I don't know why you're not taking the pawn either. Just 2 free pawns, or just push this pawn. There was a pawn right here. So this pawn was escorted in the 55th move. The rook captured the pawn in front of this, trying to get this pawn promoted. But and this is the position after 70 moves. And oh my gosh, I'm so bad with the buttons. Sorry, guys. King h5 and f4 and just blunder the rook, and I don't know why. And now white is almost winning. Black is almost winning. And b7, okay, b7. Now this is a draw. Now you queen, and yeah. Why are you making a rook when you can make a queen? And now, sadly, the Martin bought with the white pieces didn't make any chaos and just promoted to a queen. And this was almost a repetition right here. And yeah, I don't know why you hang the queen. And this is just a draw. And now here white is winning. Here black is winning. Oops. My god, because you opposite the king and you get this pawn and you promote this pawn. So this is what happens. So you go here, you go there, and you just promote. But king d3. Okay, king d3 was a draw, and now here white is winning again. No, black is winning again. Oops. My god, my mouth is slipping. King b3, king b4 all wins because you get to the pawn and you promote this one by moving out of the way. But this is just a sequence of games where, and now here black is winning again. Yeah, king c3, and here this is just winning because black can't stop the pawn, and white stops the pawn right in time, and king b3, you can just go queen a1, and you bring the king all the way over here from there, and then you just win this game. That's what happens. Anyways, but king g5 was what happened. And yeah, this is just, and black is completely winning, and it's a draw again. Yeah, here it was just a1 queen, and a1 a queen, h8 queen, and a1 queen, and no tragedy. White just took the queen, and yeah, white is shuffling. Okay, white doesn't know what they're doing. White is just giving checks. Oh. White is shuffling. Okay, white doesn't know what they're doing. So look, that was and white is shuffling again. That was almost a repetition right there. 1, 2. No, that was close, but it was not exactly a repetition. And white brought the king. Okay, good job, white. Good job, Martin bought with the white pieces. And white is going, and here it's a draw. You know why it's a draw? Because this is one time that happened. This position happened. This is the second time this position happened, and this is the third time this position happened. So the bot went here. So there's a rule in chess. There's a 50-move rule. If a piece does not get captured, or if a piece does not get captured, or if a piece wait, what was I saying? If they're just shuffling back and forth, I don't know what the other rule is. Oh my god, I forgot. Anyways, if they're just shuffling back and forth after 50 moves, it's a draw. It's a draw. And this is what happened. And there's another rule. If you get the same position 3 times, that is a draw too. And that is what happened here. So white went king b5. Black went king b5, and white went queen a3. Black went king b6. White went there, and not that one, right here. And if white goes here, oops. King c4 was what happened. And white went here, and now it's a draw. It's a draw because this position happened 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and it's a draw. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the 135 moves game against Martin Bot versus against Martin Bots. This is what happens when you pair these bots. If you want to go try it out, how do you do this? Just make 2 profiles and put go play. Oh my gosh, go play Martin Bot in one thing. Oh my gosh, this is. Go play the Martin Bot in a tab, and go play the Martin Bot in another tab, each with switching colors. If one tab is white, the other needs to be black. And after some moves, you see what's gonna happen. Whatever they do in the same tab, whatever they do in a different tab, you go to a different tab and put the same thing on there, and that is how you do it. If you want to go try it out, you can. And that is the end of the Martin Bot versus the Martin Bot chess video. Now, goodbye.